Italy is one of the perfect destinations for international students who want to study abroad. Interestingly, a lot of people have questions about it. Do they have English taught programs? How do you apply? How is the visa process like? How much is it going to cost? Today, I have someone who have been through the process from the country where you are to the destination you want to be, and she's very experienced in the process. So, on the Study Abroad podcast, as you know, we invite individuals who have been through the process so that they share with us their experience, how they did it, and how you can also do it. So, be part of the conversation. If you are yet to be part of the family, click on the subscribe button. And like we do it every week, every weekend, when you comment, or you automatically enter a draw, which will give you an opportunity to be mentored by any of our guests or personally by the Fred Effect team. So today, what we are offering you is that you answer the question: what specific assistance do you need to realize your study abroad dream? And you type in the comment section. Now, if you click on the subscribe button, if you like the video, share it, and you type in your comment, then automatically you enter the draw to be considered for this free mentorship. So at the end of the program, we are likely to select about 3 people. So we do the draw 3 times, and then we select 3 people who will be mentored to go through the Italian study abroad process. Let me bring my guest on, and then we get started. Hi, how are you doing?
Hello, good day. I don't know the time you have right
Yeah.
now. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you
Uh,
so much.
awesome. So, what would have been your answer some years back if somebody had asked you what specific assistance do you need to realize your study abroad dream?
Wow, that's an interesting question, and I think when I was starting out, I struggled with knowing specifically, which destination to
Yeah.
start with because then I had a lot in mind, but I didn't know. Okay, with what I want to study, my field, where will be the best place for me? For
Hmm.
one, and then even afterwards, that I later chose, okay, I want Europe. I didn't know how to go about the process. So it was
Okay.
just trial and error, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I see. My guest is in Italy. I am streaming from the US. So this is an international streaming. Let us know in the comment section what is the time at your end and where are you watching us from. So what's the time in Italy now?
Right now it is 7:41.
Oh, okay. 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 Awesome. Let's start with a little bit of introduction for our wonderful viewers who are seeing your beautiful face for the first time.
All right. My name is Roslyn Oladeji,
Mhm.
and I'm in the agricultural industry, anyways, for my
Okay.
studies. Right now, I'm in Italy.
Mhm.
I'm having my master's at the University of Bari, and I'll soon be done, anyways. And
Right.
I also venture into content creation on
Right.
YouTube
All
and
right.
also social media. Yeah.
So we share Rosalind's YouTube platform so that you can follow as well. Now, let's start with where are you originally from and what actually ignited your interest to want to study abroad?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Nigeria, and I had my BSc also in Nigeria at the University of Ibadan. So, but while I was doing my BSc, I just have this feeling that after BSc is either I go to work, but I'm not surely going to for masters in Nigeria. I don't
Right.
know because of a lot of things that I've seen. It's for 2 years, but when people spend more than that, so I wasn't ready for masters in Nigeria. So I ventured into looking at opportunities abroad,
Mhm.
scholarship. Also, I think I had in mind that even if I had to study abroad,
Right.
then I don't have the money actually. So
Okay.
I said it has to be on scholarship. And that was what prompted me to going full force on getting opportunity scholarships and the like. Yeah.
Awesome. So what did you study at the bachelor's degree level and what are you studying for your master's?
All right. So in bachelor's, I did agricultural economics.
Mhm.
And then right now, I actually have one diploma master first.
Okay.
It was also in Italy for
I
six
see.
months. Then
Mhm.
I came back also for a full Masters of Science in um, what's it called? Innovation development in agri-food system. So it's still around agriculture, but now more into the agri-food sector. Yeah.
All right. Of all the countries, a lot of people assume that it might be expensive to study in Europe, but you talk about scholarships as well. And let's talk about when you were searching, how come you ended up in Italy of all countries in the world?
Interesting. So, well, I told you that I was really having issues with choosing because I
Yeah.
started out being very broad. So I
Hmm.
started with even US. I had application in the US,
Okay.
um, Canada, I think maybe a school, and then the UK was one of the schools, one of the place or location I was sending a lot of applications to that time.
Hmm.
But later on, I just got in contact with someone that told me how. Um, so in Europe, it is a bit different. So when we're talking about US, I won't be spending so much time. We are talking about assistantship and
Hmm.
then graduate assistantship and then teaching assistantship of sorts. But when we are talking about scholarship in Europe, it is
Hmm.
more or less a free money. So the only thing they are expecting you to do is to study, pass your exam, and that's it. And then you get maybe monthly stipend depending on
Yeah.
which of them. So I started applying to schools in Germany and then also in Italy. So at that time, I think there is an embargo on or a lot of restriction in getting visa for Germany and
Right.
also the block account stuff. So that's why I just focus on I left Germany also. So I
Hmm.
then saw one of my friends just sent me a link to a scholarship, and then I applied. I was still working in Nigeria at that time. Unfortunately, I got that scholarship. That was the diploma, master diploma that I came for the
Hmm.
first time. Yeah. So when I came and then I saw how everything was going, when I was done, because it was fully funded, that
Right.
one was fully funded. So I came back to Nigeria and then applied for this Master of Science. That's what brought me back. Now on
Oh,
regional
okay.
scholarship. Yeah.
I see. If you are supposed to walk someone through studying in Italy, where are you going to start from? Let's talk about documents required.
Yeah.
What can the person study at the master's level or at a PhD level or undergraduate level? How do I start if I want to study in Italy?
Okay. So for the purpose of this live, I think I will focus on masters and then or PhD.
Okay.
And then yeah. So for studying in Italy, what you need is your less for masters, of course, your BSc
Hmm.
and your BSc certificates, both transcript of record and then certificates, and then um, maybe your NIN as we call it, no, birth certificates rather. So that's
Right.
those are the major documents. But first of all, there are some English taught courses that you in Italy has a lot of English taught courses across various universities.
Hmm.
So there is a website which is a central website where you see all these English taught courses. So it is called universally.it. That's where it is. So all these courses, so you don't even need to have like, okay, I have this school in mind because all Italian schools, academic or education system is actually very great. But what you need to do is just to go um, to that link, then
Hmm.
set your course. So as a person now, I'm in the agri sector, right?
Okay.
I just exactly thank you. So I just put in agriculture, agricultural course, international exactly. So it find it for me. And then
Oh, okay.
exact so there are schools like this now that have different courses in my sector. If it is
Hmm.
engineering and the likes, then I go to one. Maybe also another thing I can say is that you now need to focus. Okay, is it in the north or in the south? It is
Okay.
believed that schools in the south, not schools, but standard of living, cost of living in the south is a bit less. So you
Hmm.
might be looking at some of these things, and then you pick a location that you think okay you like, or maybe you have an affinity for any location. You pick it, then you apply to those schools. It's not really difficult,
Right.
since they are English taught courses. You send your documents, and then they get back to you in the space of maybe 1 month, 2 months, depending on
see.
their cycle. I think a lot of universities are opening their application process right now. So after this part, the next thing to
So
do,
before you proceed,
yeah,
I have shared the link of the website. It's you said university, so universe
university
and then Italy
dot
combined.
it. Yes,
I
yes.
see. So I posted the link in the comment section. If you you can copy it and later on you can access it. So this website gives you access to all the universities that are English taught courses, right? That have English taught courses, and then you search for your program and you continue from there. All right,
Yes.
let's move on.
All right. So after this, it goes straight. In fact, you can even access the link, the website to each of the schools here,
Mhm.
and then you get to know about some of the courses. So you know your interest, and then complete that process. Go to their website, send in your application, or get the mail of the person in charge of the admission. Send
Yeah.
your application to them. That's it. So after that, when you get maybe your admission
Mhm.
letter, then you proceed. A lot of things will be done on this university website as well, because when you get it, then you do your pre-enrollment on that website also, and this pre-enrollment will now be sent to the embassy in your country. So assuming it is in Nigeria, it will be sent to Nigeria. If it is Ghana, it is sent to Ghana.
I
India,
see.
anywhere you are. So it is sent to that embassy in your country, and then
Mhm.
you can now prepare to your documents to the embassy. But how this goes is that one of the things that differentiates applying for visa in Italy and then other embassy is that you need to translate your documents
Mhm.
to Italian.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is done by, there are a lot of agents that
Mhm.
do this translation service. So you get to see their details on the website of the embassy website of your country. So they will have told you, okay, this is how it is. And then, so after you have that, one of the key things I always tell people is you always check for errors. You
Okay.
know, yeah, between the original document and then the translated copy, because a lot of people get sent back from the embassy if there's error in it. So you have to be thorough in that place. And then after that, you now take all these documents, both the original, the translated copy, now take it to the embassy for legalization.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know how it is in Ghana, whether
Right.
there is need for authentication of documents. That's
Okay.
one step I missed. But in Nigeria, before you even do anything, for your documents to be accepted um, beyond the shore of Nigeria, it has to be authenticated by the Ministry of Education. I don't know whether it
Okay.
is the same in Ghana, but that
Yeah.
is what is obtainable in Nigeria. So that's the first step. So that after that authentication at the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Nigeria, then you take it to um, the for legalization. After you must have translated it as well. So after that, it is legalized. At that point, you pay a fee
Okay.
for legalization. But if you have your pre-enrollment, which I said will be sent by the school
Mhm.
to the visa to the embassy rather, your education documents, such as your BSc certificate and your transcript of record, you will not pay for them. You
Okay.
only pay for the birth certificate,
I
which is not
see.
like education's um, document. So that's the only thing you pay for, which is below 100,000 naira. Then you
Mm.
can translate that to the rate is always at the embassy website as well.
Yeah.
So
Nigerians have a lot of zeros in front of your currency, so
exactly,
it will
yeah.
be
So
cheaper in
don't
the
be
Ghanaian
scared.
cities.
Yeah. We okay in what's it called? It's less than $100 anyways. That
Okay.
that is less than $100. Yeah,
Right.
far less.
So,
So
I want before you continue, I want to go in. Does that scholarship automatically come with your admission, or you have to be done with the admission and you apply for the scholarship separately?
yeah, so the way it works is that it depends on the scholarship you're applying to.
Mm-hmm.
So there are different scholarships, and I will talk about a few. So there is the Italian government scholarship called
Okay.
MyChi. Yes. So it is MAECI.
Mhm.
It's always out at the maybe around August to September every year.
Okay.
You know. No. Yes, yes. So around that time, it will be out, and then people can apply to. But the to answer that question straightforward is that you most of the time you get to apply to the schools, and then you
Mhm.
apply for the scholarship
Oh, I see.
later on. But the first one I said I went to, so there's another type which is the department or the school or like a university scholarship. That
Mm.
one you apply together. So the one I said I came with the first time, I actually applied both for the application and the scholarship together.
Okay.
So when I was shortlisted, I knew I got the admission and
Yeah.
then also the scholarship. Yeah, so that's how that works. Also for departments. So the department that you also apply to might have scholarship.
Mhm.
So depending on how good your application is, they get to choose maybe three people. So my department, right now this year, they gave out three scholarship to people, and that one it is like on sorry 1,000 euros per month.
Okay.
So it's
And
for
so,
that.
is it that you're automatically selected, or you need to put in a separate application for the scholarship?
No, you're automatically selected for it
Okay.
if it is that.
After you gain the admission.
Yes,
I see.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's how the department or the university own works. But there's another one. So I've talked about the MAECI, which is the Italian government. So
Yeah.
you apply for the school, then you apply separately for the scholarship as well. And then,
So you visit the website, the Italian scholarship website, to apply separately.
yes, for the
Okay.
Italian government scholarship.
I don't know if the website I'm showing is correct. So let me see if I can show you this one and see. All right. So is this the website?
Okay, yes, exactly. This is
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this
Okay.
is the website.
So you find the various scholarships after you've gained admission in order to apply, or
Exactly.
maybe can you put in the application and go and apply for the scholarship because of deadline issues as well?
Yes, yes. That is, but most of the time, both or all of them are open at the same time,
Hmm.
or immediately shortly after the school admission is maybe closed or still open. Then
Right.
the Maishi scholarship also open. So you might have applied for both of them almost at the same time.
Oh, I see. I
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is the Maichi. Then I talked about the school or department own, which
Mhm.
as you're applying for the course, you're also applying for the scholarship.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's the second part. Then the third one, which is the most popular one that most people come
Mhm.
into, because originally I think I should also put this out that the normal school fee for an Italian university is below 200 euros per
Oh,
year.
okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So per year, that is the normal school fee. Even if you want to do self-funded, that is
Mm.
what you, of course, after cost of living, just the school fee, it is just below 200 euros per year.
Oh, I see. And how do you prove that, when it comes to Germany, there's a block account like you mentioned, and
Yeah,
when it comes to the US, you present a bank statement and stuff
yes.
like that. So how do you prove that you'll be able to fund yourself if, assuming you want to go for self-funded?
So exactly. So for that, one of the document that is needed is a 6 months bank statement from that
Okay.
time you are applying. So and then it has to show that you have at least 6,000, like, yeah, 6,000 euros per year,
Mm.
which you are showing actually for 1 year because the visa will be for 1 year. So you are showing that you have 6,000 euros per year, and then a sufficient income
Mhm.
that can suffice for you when you get here in Italy. So that's what they want to see. So it's not like just the block account as in the case, which is like 10,000 for Germany. No.
Right.
But for this one, you have to have that 6,000 and then prove that this income will be
Sustainable.
sustainable. Yeah.
Right.
So it will be there. There is constant flow. Not that there is just there's no flow in that account before. It's just that money that is there. They might
Okay.
likely just reject that visa.
In Germany, you need to get an account in Germany. Even though you're in Africa, you get an account in Germany so that the money will be deposited into it. In
Yes.
Italy, does it have to be the same? Create an
No,
account in Italy, so you
no,
can use a Nigerian naira account, maybe it's from Zenith.
exactly.
Okay, I'm not
Yes.
doing advert for Zenith though. Shout out to them. So you can get a Zenith bank account, and
Yeah.
then it has to belong to a family member or yourself. How does it work?
Yeah. So it's either it is yourself or then your parents. So
Hmm.
that is when it is believable,
Okay.
So it is if it is now, I think there's a new development in Ghana and then
Hmm.
Nigeria now that if it is like a distance cousin or a relative,
Right.
um it is mostly rejected because they are not able to prove that okay, this person is responsible for you. But for your parents,
Mm,
they are responsible for you. You bear the same surname. They are your parents, in short. So it's either it's your own or then your parents. It's more um, believable, and you are able to prove it very well. Yeah.
I'll be asking about the visa processing system. Is there an interview stuff like that? But before that, remember that because Rosalind has been through the process, she has a YouTube channel called Scholarship Abroad channel, and she shares a lot of information, about this process. Interviews a lot of other people to share their journey with you as well. I always say that if people who have been successful with something, Rosalind has been successful going through the study abroad process to now be in Italy, are willing to share, how they did it. It will make it easier for you and I to be able to get it done. So we have to subscribe to the Scholarship Abroad channel. Go to YouTube, and we have to get 1,000 subscribers before we end this session. So please go to YouTube, search for Scholarship Abroad channel, and click on the subscribe button. We are currently at 515. We have about 1,000 people watching us right now. So we have to take the channel to 1,000 subscribers before we end the session. So I'm counting on you guys. Go to YouTube right now. Wherever you're watching us from, maybe you're watching us from Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Please go to YouTube, search for Scholarship Abroad channel, and then click on the subscribe button so that whenever you're done, you can come back to wherever you're watching us from. So we are also live on his channel as well. We are live on her channel as well. And today, if you click on the subscribe button, if you type in a comment, you automatically enter the draw, which we are going to select 3 people today, and then we will link you up with Rosalind to help you with the Italian consultation process. So let's come to the visa aspect.
Thank you so much.
In the US, there is an interview. In Canada, you submit your process. How is the Italian visa process like?
So yeah, so for Italy, it's not there's no interview. So after that legalization that I told you, they have like an agent that does the collection of the document for them. So
Okay.
in Nigeria, it is TLS.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in Ghana it might be VHS or something.
Okay.
I don't. They
Okay.
used maybe the same or TLS also. So then you go and submit all these the legalized documents, which is
Mm-hmm.
all your documents, by the way, and then you put other documents like the bank statement, the if you have maybe land that you want to use it to also support that um, financial statement, you can also put it. Then your admission letter, everything that is needed. There's a list that they will ask you, so you put everything together and then take it to that TLS group, their
Okay.
office. Yeah. So then they accept it. They now take it by themselves to the embassy. So
Mm-hmm.
the embassy now give you that visa and then they return your passport to you. That's how it goes. So there's no interview at all at any point.
If the person is self-financing and because it's cheaper, I'm sure a lot of people who don't get the scholarship will go by that option. They provide their personal statement from, again, I'm going to use the net bank in Nigeria or in Ghana to prove that they'll be able to fund themselves. How then do they prove that it will be sustainable? Because
Mm.
I am going to study in Italy. I am producing my bank statement. So which means I wouldn't be working back in Nigeria or Ghana. How
Yeah.
do I prove that it's going to be sustainable?
Okay. So let me also quickly add this. I think I missed it apart from the last scholarship route that I said it is
Yeah.
popular. So it is the regional scholarship. Mostly
Okay.
everybody, even if you are self-funded, most people get it. Like you have it, though it is like 6,000 per year that is paid in 2 installments. And then so let me just put it at that. But the downside to it is that you can't use it to get visa
Okay.
because they are not expecting you to actually get it. So you don't have it at that point because you have to be in Italy before you actually apply. Though you can apply for it at home, but
Yeah.
to finish that application, you have to get to Italy. So you don't
Oh, okay.
have it, you don't have access to it back at home.
Mm.
So most people that are looking to actually take advantage of this scholarship will self will be in the category of being self-funded at the point of applying for that visa. So to come back to your question on how to get it to be sustainable, so it is as I said, the best thing to do is for your parent to be the sponsor. Of course,
Okay.
maybe you might have help from other relatives that will now transfer it so more like a gift into your own account.
Yeah.
So that one is there. But then maybe your parents, maybe they are civil servants or they are business owner, they will still be asked to actually submit, okay, tax income certificate to show that, okay, maybe they have been paying tax for on this income for some time, and then this income is sufficient. So at the second time I was actually coming, I used my dad's bank statement. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
a civil servant, yeah. So he's a civil servant because I was applying for this regional scholarship, which I said at the end of the day, you still have to fall in that self-funded back at home,
I see.
category. Yeah. So I used this account, and then he's a civil servant. He has what they call payment slip. So I submitted 6 months of that payment slip. Apart from that, from the bank statement of 6 months that I submitted. So it is two things now. I submitted the bank statement 6 months, then the pay slip 6 months as well. So
I
it's
see.
just to show that, okay, this income it doesn't come at one point and then stop. So it is
Okay.
consistent. So that's what they want to see: sustainable. It is consistent. They are able to take care of you. So yeah, with that,
I
they are
see.
able to push.
Um, let's talk about the admission process. In the US, some universities would accept HND for admission into master's degree, and also even people with low CGP. How is it in Italy?
Yeah, it depends, and that's why you have a lot of choice from that website I sent to you, because
Right.
the admission process is really not that rigorous. That
Mm-hmm.
you are not going to be sending emails to professor, or no, you just send your application. So if you are eligible, and then you can also ask questions. So in that place, you will have seen maybe the admission office. The email
Okay.
is there. You can always just shoot them an email that, okay, this is it. This is what I have. Is it? Are they able to take it? They will,
Mhm.
even before the application process starts.
Yeah.
But there are some schools that might not have opened right now, but the details is still on that website, and you are able to get an email to that office. So you can still mail them and ask questions concerning their admission that is open or will be open in the future time. So they are able to answer you, okay, this school will take HND, or this is the list we can take. So that's how it works. But I've seen a lot of people that have HND actually go for masters. In fact, there's still one of them that we are communicating now that is applying for a master's degree now. And I
Okay.
think as one of them has an admission already, waiting for legalization, and the other one I explained to start. The other is still communicating with the school. So it's possible.
What is the official language of Italy?
Italian.
Are you proficient in it?
Oh my God. I'm still in the process of being proficient.
How do you tell people to subscribe in Italy in the Italian?
I don't know how to tell them to subscribe,
All right. So
but I
I
can do
guess
the basic ones.
okay, like what? Which ones can you do?
Like,
Thank
oh,
you.
buongiorno, that's like good morning, ciao, hello, come
Okay.
stai, how are you?
Oh, I
Um,
see.
yeah, so those are some of the ones I can do.
Yeah, that's leading me to my next question. I wanted to find out if you have to be a little bit proficient in the language before one, you can apply for a visa, or maybe you can gain admission.
No, since the courses, because we are going into English taught courses, since the the courses will be taught in English. You don't
Mhm.
have any problem with, except if you are going for an Italian taught course. That's when you have to have at least a B1, A2 or
Okay.
B1 in that language before you come
Mhm.
around, because you'll be tested on it. That's it. But since you are applying for English courses, you don't have any problem.
I see. And when it comes to working as a student, right? How is it in Canada? Recently, they are talking about 24 or 20 hours to work as a student. In the US, it's 20 hours on campus. How is it in Italy?
Yeah, it's the same actually. As a student, you are
Mhm.
just meant to work have that hour of 40 hours. So it is 20 hours per week
Mhm.
that you are able to work also as a student here, and then they are depending on where you are. So
Okay.
in the north, there are a lot of economic activities. So
Mhm.
you are able to easily get a student job, for that 20 hours. But in the south, it's a bit uh, yeah, there are student job, or you might have to put in a lot of work to actually get it.
Okay.
So that's just the difference.
And are you restricted only on campus, or you can work off campus?
Yeah, you can work on off campus.
Okay. If you're just joining us, you're not late. I'm discussing how to study in Italy with my sister Rosalind. Rosalind has a YouTube channel called Study Abroad channel. The idea is to help you to study abroad for free. Tell us why should we subscribe?
Oh yeah. So apart from, of course, as you can see, I talk about how you can get scholarship in Italy.
Yeah.
But much more than that, I also have a podcast session of it where I bring in scholars from around the world on how they go about their journey, and also share tips. Also, it's not only about when you are before you come into Italy. Even when you
Mhm.
get to Italy, I still share a lot of things about how to navigate your process, because as I said, the English, the language of communication is Italian, so it can
Yeah.
be really difficult. So how to navigate and make that life a bit easier for you, that's what I'm about on that channel.
Right. So please go to YouTube. So whichever platform you're watching us on, we are live on X, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, or X, the same thing, TikTok as well, on the Fred Effect platforms. And so if you go to YouTube, search for Scholarship Abroad channel. So scholarship space abroad, and then you add channel to it, and then you click on the subscribe button, be part of the family. So we want to be 1,000 subscribers before we end the session. Please help out. Let's subscribe to the channel. And so we are going to have the first draw. As we said, we are going to select 3 people. So the first half of the program, we are selecting, the first person, and then we would help you with mentoring to go through the process. So I'm going to quickly share my screen, and then we get a first draw. How do you join the draw? All you need to do is to answer the question or type in the comment section. First of all, you need to subscribe, and then you like, and then your comment would follow. So the question for today is, what specific assistance do you need to realize your study abroad dream? For some people, they need money. That's what they tell you. I need money. Somebody said I need a mentorship. Another person will say maybe I just need somebody to tell me how to go about the process, or to guide me to read my SOP for me. What specific assistance? So if you type in the comment section, then you automatically join in the draw, and then you would be selected. So let's get to 60 people now, and then we can do the first draw, because we want to select 3 people today. Rosalind will be mentoring you through the process. So we have 59 now. Let's get it to 60, and then we'll start the draw. If you are just joining us, you're not late. We are discussing how you can study in Italy. There's a lot of sessions that has happened on this platform. We are trying to explain how people did it and how you can do it. So let's see who will be selected today. Oh, okay. Olinda. So Olinda has been selected for the first round. Congrats to you, Olinda. And Olinda, this is how you're going to go about it. You're going to send me a direct message. Make sure you are subscribed to the Rosalind YouTube channel. So make sure you are subscribed to that. That's very important. So Olinda, you would send me a direct message on Instagram. The handle is the Fred Effect. Let me know you were selected, and then I'll link you up with Rosalind, and we'll take it from there. All right. So remember, the second round would happen. How do you enter to join to be selected in the second round? You click on the subscribe button. If you're watching us on Facebook, you follow. On X, you click on the follow button, and then you type your answers to the question: what specific assistance do you need to realize your study abroad dream? Or if you have questions, any question at all, the most important thing is you being able to type something in the comment section, then you automatically join the draw so that you'll be selected. So congrats to the first winner, Olinda. So let's move on. If I want to study in Italy, can I travel with my family?
Okay, so to answer that question, as a master's student, you might not be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But for PhD, yes, but it's not also immediately. So the way people now do it is that for masters, if both spouse want to delve into academics, so either one, maybe one apply for masters and then the second one for PhD, or depending, maybe both of them masters. That's the only way both of them can be together and come to Italy as a master student. But for PhD, because then they can actually bring their spouse, but it's not immediate as well. So they have to come, maybe get the space after 6 months. They have a lot of the documentation to do. Then the wife or the husband, the spouse can come, and maybe the children, if there is as well. So for master students, it can be a little bit tricky, but for PhD, it's more straightforward. It is possible. So yeah, that's
I
it.
see. How about transitioning into maybe permanent residency as a student? You know, after you so I want to study in Italy. After studying, what next?
So after studying, actually, you have 1 year
Mm-hmm.
where you can stay to search for work. So
Okay.
after study, in fact, you can get that permit of stay that says that
Mhm.
okay, you are searching for job, and then you are they give it to you. So you search for job during that 1 year, and when you
Okay.
get a job, then you can change it into a work permit at that point. So then after 5 years, you can apply for a long stay, which will
Mhm.
now be 5 years instead of the 1 year you are applying for. Then 10 years, you can now apply for a permanent resident. So that's how it goes here.
Right. Okay. Knowing what you know and the experience you've been through, if you were supposed to go back and talk to younger Rosalind, like when starting the whole process, what would you have done differently?
Hmm. Maybe what I would have done differently is it focused on Italy, right?
Exactly. Like if you were supposed to start the whole process again.
So if I'm supposed to start the whole process again, maybe because so for the first time, I mean, I don't think I will actually do anything
Different.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, different. No, maybe the one because I have a lot of people that are actually also helping me,
Mhm.
mentoring in that sense. But one thing I will have done is also to search for information particular to my university. It was not
Okay.
until I got here that I saw that okay, there are also other opportunities I could have take advantage of that I left on the table and didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that would be it. But I think I had a lot of help along the way.
I see.
And also because I've been to Italy before I came back and then started
Hmm. Hmm.
this second one, but the first one was totally paid for. I mean, fully funded, even to the flights, to everything. So
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Yeah.
even to
So,
food, everything.
what do you miss home?
What do you say? I didn't get that.
What do you miss home?
When do I miss on
No,
Saturdays?
no. What do you miss home? Like, I mean, is it the food, the weather, family? What do you miss home?
Mm. I would say it's about the community,
Right.
the people. Yeah, that's why I said Saturday, because Saturdays in Nigeria, at least we have a party or somewhere to go to. But yeah, I'm stuck here in my room, and so that's when I miss home a lot. So mostly busy people.
Is your inability to understand the Italian language a challenge?
Yeah, it is to some extent. Though
Mhm.
your friend, one of my best friend here is Google Translate, anyways. So that's what I go about with. But that it's majorly a challenge actually. You know,
Right.
but it doesn't stop me from doing my day-to-day activities. You know,
Mm.
and it's also a motivation to also learn more and be
Mm.
more proficient in it. Yeah.
So many people would want to find out that if I'm having a great job back in Nigeria, should I still consider studying abroad? Based on your experience, are you able to make money as a student in Italy and maybe be able to support home? Do you think it's feasible?
Hmm. Depending on where they are going, it is
Hmm.
possible. If okay, for example, Florence, Rome, though those places are expensive,
Hmm.
but they are exposed to a lot of jobs that they can take also in school.
Right.
And so depending on the lifestyle of that person as well, because for example, most people still have access to this regional scholarship.
Hmm.
So if they are able to and also coming abroad for them, if they have a good job back at home, might not be okay just because I don't want to go back to home again. It might just be for career expansion
Yeah.
so that they have this what it means to actually be abroad, and then uh, also for it does a lot to your perspective, to where
Hmm.
you see life, and even scaling whatever you do at this moment in time. So yes, I would still advise them to go, though now looking at it, which location are they going to, will they have access to jobs? But still, if they have access to, they will have access to regional scholarship if they can maintain themselves for these 2 years before they now get a proper job. Yes, they can. They should be able to do it.
Anthony is asking a very good question. What's the name of the YouTube channel? So this is the name of the YouTube channel. It's called Scholarship Abroad Channel, and we've made progress. We are close. So go to YouTube and search for Scholarship Abroad Channel and click on the subscribe button. So congrats to our first winner. We'll be doing another draw. Make sure you subscribe. Click on the like button, and then you answer the question, what assistance do you need to study abroad? Or if you have any questions about the conversation we are having, then yeah, you can drop it in the comment section. I'll be reading them later on, and then we'll be responding to them as well. It's Rosalind, let's move on. So is any test course required? Do you need to write an IELTS, a TOEFL, any of those exams like that?
No, no, because we have that background of English speaking.
Yeah.
Most of the time we have that. Our BSc is in English language, so that
Mhm.
certificate that is in English is sufficient. So then there is one letter that we used to collect from the school, which is like English proficiency letter, just
Okay.
to ascertain that okay, we did our BSc in English language. So that is sufficient
Oh, I
for
see.
that. We don't need to write anything.
What has been your best experience as an international student so far?
Mm. So my best experience is actually the fusion of meeting people actually that are from different backgrounds. It
Mhm.
has widened my scope, my experience. So I see beyond where I'm coming from. I'm able to we share ideas together,
Okay.
and then yeah, partnership collaboration with people from different places. So I can say that oh, I know someone from Egypt. I know someone from the east,
Right.
Lebanon, the likes, a lot of places. I can just okay, I have a friend here. So I
Mm.
think that's one of uh, the advantage that I've taken out of it, and also in the field. Also, I've seen a lot of application different from how we do it in my field back
Yeah.
at home. So I can say enlightenment in that sense.
Mm.
So that's for me. It's also one big thing, and also to meet even people that are from Nigeria that I didn't know in Nigeria,
Yeah.
but I get to meet here. It's been an awesome exposure, I would say.
What would you say is the difference between the Nigerian education system and the one in Italy?
Oh my God, a lot actually. And those were some of the things that I got to know when I came here. So, um, when you say it's 2 years, it's actually 2 years for masters.
Right.
But a lot of things depends on you as a
Mhm.
student,
Okay.
rather than even the university. So, for instance, um, 10 people might be in a class and you start together, but you might not finish together
Oh,
because,
okay.
because it depends on, as I said, individual student. So
Mhm.
you might decide, for example, in Nigeria, it is only one time you have your exam. You have to write it together. But
Yeah.
here you have like three sessions where you can have one exam. So two
Oh,
people
okay.
might say they are not writing the first time, they will put in for the second time. And then someone that is always consistent in writing our exam, we finish first, write as thesis and forget about it. Whereas the other would be there, still trying to do it. So a lot of things like that. If you say you don't want to, oh, you write an exam, you're not
Mhm.
fine with that score, you can reject it and rewrite it again. I
Oh,
think we
okay.
have like three. So a lot of things actually that are interesting. I find interesting actually
Okay.
about Italian education system. Yeah, a couple of them.
What was challenging to adapt to? Is it the weather, the food, the people? What was challenging for you?
So at first, it was the food that was challenging.
What do you
But
eat? Only pizza. Pizza is from Italy, right?
so the pizza, I couldn't get myself. It was different from the one I knew in Nigeria. There's no pepper, there's nothing inside this. So it was different. Then
Yeah.
the pasta too.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pepper inside. So
Yeah.
it was really, really different. But as I now I've spent a lot of time, I can eat it, and they are delicious. Also, I had to change my mindset to them again. So I started adapting to it. So it was majorly the food at first. For the first 6 months, sincerely, I didn't go near it though. I was cooking back to back. But when I came back, I was like, no, I can't continue like this. So I had to start adapting. So yeah, that was it.
What culture about the Italian system or the Italian people do you admire?
Oh, I admire I think they have that community
Mm-hmm.
sense, that the culture. Because that's why they still hold their Italian in high esteem.
Mm-hmm.
They are not intimidated because, oh, you speak English or something. They
Yeah.
hold that Italian community, their culture in
Okay.
high esteem. So the culture of they have a very good culture. I
Mm-hmm.
like it for them. And they're also big on respect, actually.
Mm.
Yeah. So that I think I find very, very
Let me come back to your scholarship. So normally, for example, in the US, if you're on a full scholarship, mostly you are supposed to work, and that is how come your tuition is being paid. So as you spoke about your scholarship, is it that the money is free and you can, in addition to studying, you can go and find a job as well?
yes. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
why that's what Europe is about. Most of the
Yeah.
time, it's free money. It's free money. So you get in here, though. Yeah. So majority of the time, the
Mm-hmm.
only thing you are meant to you just pass your exam. You have
Mm.
like uh, a limit to the courses you are meant to. So if you are taking like maybe 30 unit courses in a
Okay.
semester, you should have at least 20 units passed at the end of that semester. So those
Oh.
are some of the clauses. If you are able to do it, so that's they just need you to study your book and then pass your exam. So that is it. You don't need to work. That there's no work that is attached to that scholarship in essence.
Mm.
Or you can decide, okay, to take on part-time jobs, which we said it is just 20 hours, maybe inside the school or outside.
If
That's
you're
it.
just joining us, you're not late. I'm speaking with Roslyn. Roslyn has a YouTube channel called the Scholarship Abroad channel. Please go to YouTube, click on, just search for Scholarship Abroad channel and click on the subscribe button. We really appreciate that because she has been through the process. She shares her journey and how you can also go about it. I am actually learning a lot today. I'm really learning a lot. Later on in the program, we've already chosen one person. How did this person get selected? We have a draw automatically in the system. How do you join? You just have to click on the subscribe button, and then like, and then you type in the comment section an answer to the question: what assistance do you need in order to go through the study abroad process? Remember, after we are done with the session, we'll connect you with Rosalind to get mentorship to start the process. If you're not ready yet, you know how to discuss that, and we'll make progress from there. So Rosalind, let's move on to somebody now in Nigeria thinking that I want to go about the process. How long should this person expect the process from application to getting finally, your visa? How long should this person expect?
Mm. Okay, so school resumes mostly around October, November,
Okay.
depending on, yeah. But so before you start, like now, this is December.
Mm-hmm.
When January, so a lot of most of the application will be open. So
Okay.
then, assuming you start in January, then by September ending, if everything goes as planned and then you put in all your best in application, you
Mm-hmm.
should be you should have gotten your visa by that time because
Okay.
that's just the application window. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. So we are going to have the second draw, and then we select the second person. We also share the link in the comment section. If you have questions for Rosalind, you can click on that link, join us in the studio, and then you talk to Rosalind. All right. Let's see if I can show the screen, and then we have the second draw. Okay, so we have 42 people commenting. Let's make it 50, and then we have the second draw and see who gets selected for the second round. This is the first time I'm selecting two people. Every week we select one person. So thank you very much, Rosalind, for the help. Let me post the link in the comments. So we need 50 people to comment, and then we have 43 now. So let's make it 57 more people, and then we'll have the next draw in that order. Okay, so as we wait, you can also join us in the studio if you have any questions for Rosalind. I'm going to share the link, the StreamYard link across all the social media platforms. You can use that to join us live, and then you interact with Rosalind. Um, do you have a video on your channel explaining how to go about the process step by step?
Yes, I have a
Okay.
lot of video for the out for how to get the English dot courses, how scholarship works in Italy, or getting your document legalized. I have
Mhm.
a lot of videos on it on the
Okay.
channel.
So if you can walk us through some of the videos specifically, I'm trying to stop sharing this one, and then I'll share that. Then you can explain to us how the specific videos we should check out if we want to have more information about that.
All right. Okay. Yes. So there is maybe if you go to oldest,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yes. So there is how to search for scholarship,
Okay.
English taught courses in Italy, then the visa process. I
Mm-hmm.
explain step by step how to get it or your document authenticated first,
All right.
and then how to get it legalized. So the second one actually talk about all the till you get the visa. So
Mm-hmm.
legalization, translation, and then you applying at TLS. It talked about everything. So there is also how to make your CV Europass
Okay.
because most of the time there is European standard of making your CV. So
Mm-hmm.
I make that. There is that the video on it as well. So those are some of the things that set your application apart as well when you are trying to prepare and to prepare for it. Yeah. So those are some of the video that I have. But I think I have also a lot more on there.
All right. So it will be ideal if you go subscribe to the Scholarship Abroad channel. It's going to be very helpful to your process if you want to study in
Yeah.
Italy. All right, let's see if we can have the second draw, and then we select the second person. Let's see. So we have, okay, more than 50 comments now. All right, let's see who gets selected this time around. Okay,
Wow.
awesome. So Dave Davidson. I like the name, Dave
Yeah.
Davidson. Yeah. Is it like this, like a YouTube? So Dave Davidson is watching us on YouTube. That's the second person being selected for today. So Dave, all you need to do, congrats to you. All you need to do is to send me a direct message on Instagram, and then we take it from there. Sometimes it's just it just may be vague when we put out the information. Some people have other questions later on, or they just need somebody to tell them what to do at exact point, and they'll be successful with the process.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about accommodation. So does your scholarship cover accommodation? If you pay for it, how much do you pay for?
Oh, so for the school, for the regional scholarship,
Mm-hmm,
most of the time there is accommodation, there's
mm-hmm.
student accommodation attached to it. But if you want to stay outside, maybe you don't want to stay in an hostel in that sense, one can also take them, because the money will be also deducted from uh, the total scholarship money. But if
Okay.
you say you want to go outside, you don't want to stay inside the hostel,
Mm-hmm,
then you can actually collect the whole money, which will be paid in 2 installments, and then take accommodation outside the campus. So to get accommodation, it also depends on the location. It's either in the north. It is believed in the north things are more expensive. So
okay.
usually the budget is always like from 300 to 500 per month. Or in the
Okay.
south, you can even from 200 to 350, per month.
Mm,
So that's just the disparity between the south and the northern part. So that is it about accommodation, and it is advised most of the time, even from it can be really difficult,
okay.
but when you have people that are from that school,
Mm-hmm.
they are able to help even before you come around. Yeah, and majority of the time it is on Facebook. So they have a lot of pages on Facebook that is allocated to outreach and all. Yeah.
So averagely, what is the most expensive you have paid?
For me, the most expensive I've paid is 300.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
and that is utility inclusive. How is it like a one bedroom apartment? How is it like?
No, it's just for it's just a room. So it can be shared apartment with three
Mm-hmm.
people,
Okay.
since you are not in an hostel. But if it is an hostel, hostels are more expensive. So meaning that maybe you have your room and then your toilet inside and everything. But if it is like an apartment where two people, three people are sharing, so you have everything together, the kitchen is shared, that's the common place. You share all those ones. Those ones are less expensive than you having everything together.
Right. Blessing has a question for you. When applying for masters, do you require work experience?
No, no. If you have it, of course, it will add to your portfolio, but it's not really necessary.
Oh, I
They
see.
don't place a lot of it. We had to it if you have it, but a lot is placed on your motivation letter and your result and the likes, not really on work experience.
Okay. He's asking, do you need a transcript evaluation?
No, no, it's not the US. I think this works for the
Yeah.
US, but the one that we talked about is just to translate your transcript into
Mm-hmm.
Italian, because, as I said, the working language here is Italian. So they need
Okay.
it. You need to close that bridge of your English. Your transcript is in English, or even if it is in another language, then you have to translate it to Italian. So that's just the only thing.
Right. It's been an hour full of very insightful ideas and information. Remember that all the time. The podcast will be live across all the Fred Effect social media platforms, so you can check them out if you join in late, or maybe you are just discovering this platform for the first time. All right, so Rosalind, what would be your final words to anybody who tuned in today? People who think that studying abroad is not feasible, it's not possible, I'm too old, or my results are bad. What would be your final comment to everyone?
Yeah, so well, what I would just tell you is to start. If you don't start, you won't know what is possible.
Yeah.
And a lot is actually possible in this space and in this age. So there's nothing like, oh, my I'm too old, or my results, I don't have it. Don't just try. Even if you think your results might not be it's not up to, we've seen tutu, second class lower actually gain admission with fully paid scholarship.
Right.
But if you don't try, you will not know. So send in that mail, that application you are working on. Don't be discouraged. You don't know which one will actually go in. So I think that is what I have to just to encourage you, that don't give up. Actually, if you received that in this journey, I always say that there will be rejection. There will be a lot of time that you face rejection, but don't let that stop you from pursuing what you set your heart to do. Yeah, so keep on, and I'm sure that years will come.
It's been a great session with Rosalind. She has really explained the process, for everyone to understand. I really appreciate your time for coming. I think we should do one session on your channel as well.
Yeah,
Anytime I'll be available. So
awesome.
please, if you've not subscribed, go to the Scholarship Abroad YouTube channel and subscribe. Really appreciate if you do that. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you so much for everything. I've been exposed, and I've been able to share. It's really I'm so happy to be here. So thank
Right.
you. God bless you. Thank you for you.
Awesome. All right. So this has been the Study Abroad podcast. If you're new, understand that the idea behind the podcast is that we want people who have been through the process. You want to study abroad. People have already done that. Whatever you want to do, that you'll not be the first person to do. So the idea is that if people who have gone through the process, they learned by doing, and they can share their experience, their process, the schools they are studying at, the programs they are pursuing, the scholarships they are on, so that you get to know about them. So, and then you can also apply. What we want to make you understand that it is possible. Now, people studying abroad are not better than you. If we're able to do it, you can also do it. Some people who were even in the same class with you, some people are more brilliant than we are, some have better results, but they just need how they should go about the process, and they would also be successful. My name is Fred. This is the Fred Effect platform, is the biggest study abroad content platform. We are about 166 family members on YouTube. Please be part of it by clicking on the subscribe button. We are about 90,000 on Facebook. Be part of it by clicking the follow button. We are also like 43,000 on X or Twitter. On TikTok, we are about 40 something thousand, family members on TikTok. So we are we are on all the platforms, and on Instagram, that is the easiest and the quickest way to get in touch. Sometimes we put out all the information. Maybe this school is waiving application fee, but the simple thing is, how do you even go about it? When you have knowledge about this process, to some extent, we use some terminologies, we say certain things, assuming everybody no. So I break it down to come to your level, to let you understand that this is how you're supposed to do it. And so every weekend we select one person who enjoys free mentorship. If you want to get in touch, just link up on Instagram. You go search for the Fred Effect. Across all platforms we are on, but to be able to send me a direct message to interact, just send it via Instagram. We do have a mock interview platform that has existed for more than half a decade. I think this is the longest team that has done this for a very long time. So every year we assist several people to prepare for their US visa interview. If you do have a date scheduled, or you have your I-20, you can just send an Instagram message, hey Fred, can you add me to your group? So this group is not for people who are about to start. No, it's only for people who are preparing for the visa interview. If you need assistance in preparing for your interview, please send a direct message on Instagram. And if you have any questions, sometimes you can just, oh, hey Fred, I want to just be a friend. That's absolutely fine. So you send a message on Instagram. I'll be happy to respond to you as well. And the team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of former visa officers, and what they do is that because of their expertise in, interviewing thousands of people over their career, they've come together to assist you on how you can easily pass your US visa interview. How do you connect with them? You use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a one-on-one meeting or a session with an Argo Visa member. You have a former visa officer talk to you before you go to the embassy to meet a visa officer. So this is a privilege that earlier did not exist. You might have gone through the process and probably gotten one visa denial, two visa denial. That is not the end of it. What keeps us surviving as human is our ability to not give up and to retry whenever things does not go as we expect. So it is possible that you can get your visa approved, whether being a non-immigrant visa or an immigrant visa. Schedule a one-on-one meeting with the Argo Visa team. They will be super happy to assist you go through the process. Use the link I'm sharing on the screen. Remember, next week we'll come your way with another session. I create this content in a more positive and inspiring manner, letting you understand that it is possible that you can also do it. I'm not going to scare you that, if you don't have this, you can't do it. If you don't have that, you can't do it. It is possible. If I was able to do it, you can also do it. So, I posted a new video recently. I need you to check that video out. I put a lot of effort, time into putting it out. I'm explaining all the documents you need to put together if you want to study abroad. So this is the video. Try and check it out on the Fred Effect YouTube channel. So if you go to the video section, what they don't tell you, that is application hacks, document, and more. Check out this video. It's very inspiring. If you've gotten an admission and you don't have a scholarship yet, I made a video explaining admission with no scholarship, what you can do. And the testimonies, it has about 80,000 views so far. The testimonies that has come from this video is massive. Shout outs to Sewa watched this video, followed the instructions in the video, and was able to get her scholarship to fund her education in West Virginia. Our biggest video has over 1 million views, where I interviewed a former visa officer and he gave tips and just on how you can pass your visa interview. And that video alone has over 1 million views as well. I share a lot of universities that you can apply to for free. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, when I post them, by the time you see them, it might have been passed. So click on the subscribe button and be part of the family. Understand that all the other sessions, including this one, will still be live across the Fred Effect social media platform. So if you go to YouTube, search for the Fred Effect, and then you subscribe, then you go to the live session, you see all the sessions and the people I have spoken to so far who have shared insightful experience about their process, the schools they are studying, the program they are studying, how they got the scholarship. It makes it easier if you want to go through the process. My name is the Fred Effect. Please be positive and know that everything will be fine. I'll see you in another video next week. Please take care.